Hi everyone, welcome back. I have another skincare reaction video for you and I'm excited about this one. I guess I'm always technically excited about these. That's why we choose who it is that I'm gonna be reacting to. But this one is fun because this is Lilly Collins. This is her day to night French girl look. I just started watching Emily in Paris and it's terrible and so good all at the same time. We've had discussions about this, like why is it something that I wanna watch right now? Why does anybody wanna watch it? I think it's because we need it. We just need it. I just need to like shut down everything that's happening in my brain and just watch something that's so unrealistic that it's amazing. I also love that it's, you know, created by Darren Star, who, if you guys don't know, created Sex and the City, which is one of my all-time favorite shows. You know, it's like beautiful clothing, cute boys, you know, a little bit of like sex in the air, a little bit of Paris, which is one of my favorite cities. If you haven't watched it, I encourage you to take a look if you love those kinds of frivolous types of shows. Fun fact about Lilly Collins, back in the day when I was a People magazine reporter, she was a teenager when she was first starting to become an actress and she was doing like, you know, interviews and that kind of stuff. I was asked to do an interview with Lilly Collins. My first thought was, I wonder what her relation is to Phil Collins. And, you know, of course, it turned out this is her dad. If I'm aging myself and you are watching and you're like, who the heck is Phil Collins? Look him up, iconic music. I mean, he's just such an amazing musician and singer, so definitely look him up. But I remember, so I see this beautiful young lady walk up to me. I start interviewing her, and the only thing I can think is, one, she was so well poised, even as a teenager. Like she just had it all together. And she had these beautiful eyebrows. It's just the thing that stood out. It was like this beautiful young lady speaking to me, very well poised, and these eyebrows. And I'm looking at them right now. They're beautiful. It's like the eyebrows that everybody wishes they could have. Anyway, so I'm excited to look at what she does for her skincare. This is part of the Vogue Beauty Secrets show, so there's gonna be makeup to it, and you guys know I don't react to makeup. It's very, very personal. I'm also not a makeup pro. So I will leave a link below in the description box to the original video so you can watch the whole thing. We're gonna just look at her skincare.
Hi, I'm Lilly Collins, and I'm gonna walk you through my skincare routine, and I'm gonna take you through a clean day to night look with a little nod to Parisian glamour. My first step, I always make sure.
First off, I love that she gave a little wink at the camera, like a little nod to Parisian glamour. It was just cute, very well timed.
Spray my Beekeeper's Propolis Throat Spray. I like 3 sprays because 2 is just never enough for me. I love it so much because it has propolis in it, which is an amazing immune system booster. It has a lot of antioxidants and it's so good for a scratchy throat, which sometimes I wake up with. Next, because I'm obsessed.
I don't have a lot of thoughts of the propolis spray. I just want to put out there that first off, it comes from bees. It's kind of like a byproduct, I want to say, of like the honeycomb. Propolis is great in skincare. It's interesting to see it in a throat spray. It's like all these ingredients always have crossover in lots of different products. Anyway, moving on because it's not skincare.
Essential oils. I always use my Sage Peppermint Halo, which is a little touch of magic. You go all the way around to here to here. It really wakes you up and it really helps alleviate headaches if you ever have any. It's a good way to start the day.
So when it comes to essential oils, I don't have strong opinions about essential oils being used in your skincare products unless I think that they're just, you know, the ones that are just known to be super irritating. But that doesn't really always happen. There are differences in the quality of your essential oils, and essential oils are fragrance that you're putting into a skincare product, and that's a whole other conversation. But in the way that she's using it, she's not using this like it's a skincare product per se. She's not putting this on her face like it's a healing oil for her face. She's using it for the aromatherapy aspect of it, and that's my favorite way to use essential oils. It's one of the only things that helped me through my 2 pregnancies. I got headaches through both of them, especially my first one. I used a lot of different oils like this, especially peppermint oil, to just help soothe. It changes the way that your like mind is working, and I don't even really know why, but it does. Scent can really have an effect on how you're feeling. It doesn't necessarily heal you, but it can help you. And that is the right way to really think of essential oils. It can help with aromatherapy, and aromatherapy is real.
Wash the face now. Just put a little bit in my hand. I started to use this face scrub a little while ago, which is amazing because it starts to really get in there. I started taking care of my skin when I was really, really young. I always remember my mom having so many beauty steps before bed, and she always smelled so good after all of them, and her skin always looks so clean and clear. And I know that within, within my job, I have so much makeup on every day after filming, and it would be so much easier to just go to bed with everything on, but it's so bad for your skin. So I think I just became really vigilant with cleaning my skin every night. Now, I'm just gonna wash it off. Okay, now that my skin's all dry, I'm going to apply the next step, which is tone.
She is taking off her makeup and she's using Cetaphil, your classic Cetaphil cleanser. You know what was funny is, I think about this so much. I used to say Cetaphil, and I think I'm not the only person. I think a lot of people call it Cetaphil. And then someone in my comments was like, Susan, duh, it's Cetaphil. Ceta, like cetyl alcohol, as in it's hydrating to the skin because it has this hydrating ingredient. Ever since then, I was like, I can't believe I didn't put that together. Of course it's called Cetaphil. I've had people ask me what I think about this cleanser. I think this is a perfectly fine cleanser. My husband used to use this all of the time. It was recommended by his dermatologist. I've seen people say like, oh, it has ingredients that aren't good. I've gone through it, the ingredient list over and over again. It has SLS in it. But truly, it has so many hydrating ingredients in it that it's not harsh on the skin. It counteracts everything. If you are worried that SLS is gonna be too strong for your skin, too stripping, it's not. It's totally fine. Is it at a pH that's great? It's not at everyone's favorite pH. As long as you go in with lots of other products afterwards that will help to balance your skin out, you will be fine. This is a very gentle cleanser. I have never known it to be a stripping cleanser. And as long as you are cleansing your face, then I think you're in a good spot. We obviously saw that she also uses like that little cleansing brush, which is fine. Just make sure that you're replacing it often so it doesn't get bacteria and, like turn kind of gross on your skin and spread bacteria and, be counterproductive. She went in with a washcloth to remove all of that, which is, again, that's totally fine. I prefer a microfiber towel because it is more absorbent. It's just softer on the skin. If anything, the thing that I was noticing while she was cleansing her skin is not how she was cleansing her skin, but the fact that she has melasma. And as somebody that deals with melasma a lot, like everyone has like the skin issue that they're dealing with. My skin issue is my melasma and my dark spots, and it's just so stubborn and so hard to deal with. So I'm really curious now that I know that she has melasma to see what it is that she's gonna do throughout her routine to really help that. I know she's trying to keep like the Parisian theme to it, but this is something where I'm like, I hope that she's using something that's gonna be really good for her melasma.
Toner. I've always used this toner with witch hazel because it's just such a classic. A little bit on a cotton pad. You just wipe it all over. So next I use All
right, so I have 2 points to make about this. First, I don't really mind the Thayer's Witch Hazel. It's alcohol free. I think that's usually the biggest issue that people have with Witch Hazel. It doesn't do that much for your skin. Can it be a little stripping over time? Potentially. The thing that I find with that Thayer's is that most people I know, when they say that they use it almost as like a second cleanse, like they are trying to get like the last bits of the makeup off of their face that their cleansing didn't get. So that usually tells me that they didn't cleanse well enough. So going back to Lilly Collins maybe using her Cetaphil as a double cleanse, using it 2 times, I think that might be her better way of doing things. Like she obviously didn't get everything off, potentially. If she's not one of those people that uses it for that and she uses it more so as like a refreshing feeling, that's fine too. And for those of you, maybe that's something to think about. But what I really noticed for her specifically is that she has this melasma, and maybe she's one of those people that is completely fine with that, which is more power to her. I'm not one of those people. I want to treat my melasma, and this was a missed opportunity to treat her melasma. You can get a toner or an essence that has brightening ingredients in it, whether that's a toner with the chemical exfoliants like your AHAs, glycolic acid, lactic acid, anything that's gonna really just help brighten the skin. She could go in with an essence that has niacinamide, alpha arbutin, like one of my products that I just love and use daily. You could also find like the fermented ingredients that are in, some of the Asian essences and stuff. So this was just a missed opportunity to start treating her melasma.
Advanced Genifique Serum. It has hyaluronic acid for the hydration and vitamin C to fill in the fine lines, which is so great. And it gives my skin such a healthy glow, which who doesn't want a healthy glow, right? So all you do is tap the top to get some of it in here, and then you just do a couple little drops. And then you apply softly to your skin, and it smells so yummy, which is so good, and it feels so soft going on. Oh my gosh, I can already feel my skin becoming hydrated, thank goodness. And what I love to do also is I love to use.
All right, so we see one of her first treatments that she's using in her skincare routine. I see a lot of people ask about this product because this is one that you can get internationally, so I know that people are very interested in this. I haven't used this on my own skin, so if I haven't tried the product, I'm going solely off of the ingredient list. That doesn't tell the whole picture, and I think that's really important to know, and it's something that becomes even more and more evident to me as I work on my own brand, is that just because you can read the ingredient list doesn't mean that you know everything about this product. That said, just looking at the ingredient list, the ingredients are fine. There are hydrating ingredients. There are ingredients like hyaluronic acid in here. There is a vitamin C derivative that is known to be brightening to the skin and soothing to the skin. It's not gonna plump, it's not gonna fill in the fine lines. HA, hyaluronic acid, can temporarily plump. Truly, that's what it's doing when it's attracting water, is it's giving this plumpness. It does help to hydrate, but really it's plumping, but it's temporary because you have to keep doing it. So if anything, you might see this temporary plumping to your fine lines. The vitamin C derivative, on the other hand, that's not what it does. It gives you that healthy glow over time after you've used it for a while. I always want to make sure that you guys know what your ingredients are doing for your skin, and sometimes it can be a little thrown off by what the packaging says. Not because anyone's trying to trick you, it's just that it can be confusing. But I am happy to see that she's using a vitamin C. That's essentially what it is. It's like a hydrating vitamin C serum that she's using in her skincare routine, and that's something that you guys know I love. I love a vitamin C serum, and I love that she specifically is using it because she has the melasma like I do.
A jade roller. Sometimes I put it in the fridge or the freezer to make it extra cold, but I love doing this because I feel like it really helps lock in that moisture for the healthy glow. I just love to do it. You have to, by the way, roll it outwards. You never want to go back and forth. You want to do it towards the lymph nodes, and you just do it until you feel like your skin is extra set and firm. So like I said, because my
the key really with jade rolling is to get the lymphatic drainage and, basically get the fluid flowing through your skin and through your face, and that helps to depuff. What she's feeling when she's saying like you feel like your skin feels a little bit tighter, it's probably just the dry down from the serum, which if you guys have been watching me for a while, I actually really want you to put on your next product so you don't get that dry down, because your products work better on damp skin. So when you're putting on a hydrating serum like that, if you put your next product on, it's just gonna work better for you. And that's probably more so why I would prefer to do jade rolling after you've got an oil or a moisturizer on. And to that point, you're not really locking anything in when you're using the jade roller. You could help to like push some of your skincare products in, but not usually when it's cold. The way that it usually works is you either have like the pulsations from some type of a device that are helping to push the products in slightly. I don't know how much it really works when you use a device like that, or maybe it's a warming device that's helping to, help it absorb a little bit more into your skin. But when it's a jade roller, again, I'm not sure how much more benefit that you're getting from this, but when you're using a jade roller, especially when it's cold, it's more that it's depuffing your skin and you're getting the lymphatic drainage and at the very least some massage to your skin, which is not a bad thing at all. It's a good thing for your skin. But you're not locking anything in.
My skin sometimes is a little not as hydrated as I'd love for it to be. I always love to use this spray, a rose hibiscus spray, which has actually a little bit of coconut water in it. Spray a little bit. Oh, it sometimes smells like I'm on a vacation, which we could all do with a little bit right now. We have to go feature our lips now. So this ultra sexy.
All right, so this rose spray, totally fine. It's hydrating to the skin. Coconut water is way different from coconut oil. It has electrolytes in it. It's replenishing to the skin. It's just a nice hydrator. It's not one of those things where I'm like, this is gonna make or break your skincare routine. It's fine to put it at this point in her routine, especially since she did let the serum from Lancome dry down. You wanna get that hydration back into your skin before you put on your next products. The problem is that I saw her spray this on and I can see she's gonna go in with a lip scrub. The lip scrub is fine. The problem is that she's now gonna let that rose spray, that hydration, go away. So she's not gonna get the full benefit that she would get if she sprayed it and then put on another product to help lock in the hydration. So she's saying that she wishes that she had more hydration in her skin and that's why she likes it. She's not setting it up to win. She's like setting up the spray for failure because she's not locking in that hydration.
Scrub made by Handmade Heroes. Smells, again, so good. It's coconut sorbet. But I rub it in and exfoliate all over, because when you later apply your lipstick, you definitely want it to go on evenly. I love to add a little bit of lip.
You know what's interesting about that when I see someone use a lip scrub is they're talking about how you want to exfoliate your lips so that your lipstick goes on evenly, but it's the same thing for your skin. We didn't see her exfoliate her skin or use a treatment that would help to give her that smoother, clearer skin. But it's the same thing. If you really think about why your skincare is important, especially if you're gonna wear makeup, is just like you don't want to have dry, cracky lips under your lipstick, you don't want your makeup to sit on dry, cracky skin. You want the same idea. You want to have, you know, the exfoliation, not necessarily a coconut scrub on your face, but maybe some other type of an exfoliant. You guys know I like the AHAs for sure, the alpha hydroxy acids to gently exfoliate. A scrub, a gentle one here and there isn't bad either. It just depends on what kind of a scrub that you're using. Being gentle with your skin is obviously important too. AHAs would be great for her skin, again, because she has that melasma. You just want to be very gentle and very careful. But it's interesting to hear her say that because she obviously understands it with her lips. It's the same thing with your face.
Balm just before we start the makeup process to make sure my lips stay extra hydrated. The next step before...
Okay, so this is also another interesting point. So then she's putting on her Burt's Bees lip balm. It's not really even for hydration. She got actually some hydration from using the coconut scrub, and then she locked it in with her lip balm, with her Burt's Bees lip balm, and it's more of a moisturizer. It's occlusive, right? So this is, again, it goes back to your face. If you use all these hydrating ingredients on your face and products, right? The serum with the hyaluronic acid in it, rose hibiscus spray that's just hydrating and has the coconut water in it and everything, you then want to lock that in just like you would with your lip balm. So she hasn't done that yet, so all of that hydration is escaping her face while she's doing all of this other stuff.
Before I put on the makeup is sunscreen, and I love to use Aquagel UV Expert. And it's actually a primer before your makeup as well as a sun protector, which is so great because sometimes sunscreen can be a little bit goopy with makeup, but this is so perfect. It goes on so smooth. And I was shooting a movie actually in Montreal called Mirror Mirror where I play Snow White. And obviously with Snow White's skin supposedly having to be as white as snow, I couldn't get sunburned, which makes total sense. So the makeup artist always encouraged me to wear so much sunscreen to protect myself, and now after that I swear by it and wear it every single day. So on to the first.
Okay, so at least she's going in with a sunscreen. That's probably the most important product. You guys know it's the most important product in anyone's morning skincare routine. It's especially important for someone who has melasma because the sun is only gonna make your melasma worse. The UV rays will really exacerbate melasma, and so you want to have that protection. Because she said it's also a primer, this can technically be a moisturizer. I know, is that confusing? I realize that's confusing. I would have preferred that she put this on after her spray so that she could really lock everything in, but if it's a primer, it probably has occlusive enough ingredients, so it's gonna still lock everything in. The problem then becomes, is she using enough of this to actually be an SPF? You wanna use plenty of SPF to truly cover all of the exposed skin that you have. So it's really hard to say. We didn't even get to see how much of a dollop that she used. Did she use a pea size, or did she use enough that she was gonna truly cover her skin? It's kind of hard to say. I'm willing to bet she didn't use enough. For some people, you don't wanna use too much of primer or anything that's gonna feel really thick on your skin. So I can understand using your sunscreen as your moisturizer if you have oily skin. But she said earlier that she has dry skin. So that tells me she would have really benefited from a nice moisturizer, which can also be priming for your skin as well. So you can find moisturizers that work beautifully underneath makeup. She seems to like fragrance. I would recommend the Tatcha Dewey Skin Cream then, because it's a beautiful moisturizer. It's occlusive, it's luxurious, and it has a beautiful light scent to it, and it works well under makeup. And then I would actually go in with this SPF. I would actually want her to go in with something that's like an SPF 50 because she does have the melasma. I think it'd be better for her skin. I know it's not necessarily a primer, but it would just benefit her skin so much more to wear a really heavy duty sunscreen and use enough to cover not just her face, but her neck, her chest, all of the areas that are exposed.
First step of my makeup routine, which is Teint Idole foundation, which is so perfect for a lightweight feel. It's super versatile, which is my perfect partner for the je ne sais quoi kind of no makeup look, but it's
Okay, so that was the end of her skincare routine. I just really quickly wanted to see what foundation she was gonna use to see if she was using something that was hydrating and moisturizing, and she's not. She's actually using a foundation by Lancome that is very matte. I'm not saying that matte foundations are bad. It's a beautiful foundation. It has great coverage. I wanted to see, you know, like considering that she didn't use a moisturizer and she had let the hydrating products that she put on kind of dry down, I was curious to see if she actually used something that was hydrating to her skin as her foundation to get like a dewy natural look. And it makes me wonder if she actually does have dry skin or not. Maybe she's more like normal skin and sometimes it does feel a little bit tighter or dry, but she's using a matte foundation and it's definitely not going to give you that dewy look. It does look like beautiful, healthy skin though when you wear it, I've noticed. But going back to her skincare routine, you know, there are a few misses for her. I really think that the most important aspect of this is that she should be using a sunscreen on its own that is an SPF 50 that will really help protect her from not just, you know, like UV rays for skin cancer that she could be prone to, but the sunscreen is the most important aspect of her skincare routine to prevent her melasma from getting worse. The other thing that I think is just missing from her skincare routine is a solid treatment for her melasma. We don't know what she does at night when she goes to bed to remove her makeup in the day and actually treat her skin. She could have some retinol in there. She could have some exfoliating ingredients in there. We don't know from this video, but there was still a missed opportunity. I would ditch that Thayer's and I would put in some kind of exfoliating, like a chemical exfoliant toner or, you know, an essence that has ingredients that are really hydrating and brightening to the skin. There are ways to treat your melasma in both your morning and your nighttime skincare routine. I feel like she really just missed that opportunity with this routine. I'm treating my melasma day and night with lots of different ingredients and it's so hard to work on it. So, you know, that would be really the thing that I would say to her is to make sure that she's getting something in that's treating that melasma. So that was Lilly Collins. I hope you guys enjoyed this and learned something from it. I'm gonna go finish Emily in Paris because I just can't wait to finish it. It's so easy to watch. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments below. You can find me on Instagram. I'm at Susan Yara and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.